Thank you so much. Wow, what an exciting day for you guys. I know what you're thinking right now. You're looking at your programs. I know you're doing it discreetly. Looking at your programs, you're looking, okay, he's number one, then there's number two, there's number three. That we're standing between you and the conclusion of your academics here at NECI. And, you know, frankly, you're standing between me and all the great food that we're going to eat. So, looking forward to that. Couple things. Last night I came in and I had dinner with Fran and some of the staff here, and Kevin showed me around the campus and showed me really the curriculum here at NECI. And I was actually pretty surprised. I was like, wow, these people work really hard. And he goes, oh yeah, they work really hard. And he said, you know, they have to do internships and they have to, you know, it's very hands-on. And, you know, he was telling me about, I guess, the lineup. You know, you guys have to line up and get checked out. Is that true? Is that a true statement? Okay. So, you know, it's not in my bio, but I was in the U.S. Navy for a while. And as I was thinking about this last night, I was like, wow, this was tougher than when I was in boot camp. So you guys have really done something special here. And I think this is one of the messages for you guys, as Fran mentioned a moment ago, from an employment standpoint, you guys are uniquely positioned for the job market. And the reason is that unlike others coming directly out of college, you've worked hard, okay? You know, as a college graduate, I can tell you, and many of you have graduated college, and you know, college is hard work. But it's different when you have, you know, a chef or someone who's berating you as you're doing it. No, I know they don't do that. So my message to you today is twofold. So I would be remiss if I didn't impart some few words of wisdom to you as you start your journey in the food service or food business. But before that, I really wanted to implore you to explore beyond the kitchen, because there are so many opportunities that present themselves to you, and you just have to be looking for them. You have to keep your eyes open for them, and you're going to hear that in a moment from our other two speakers. But there are so many more opportunities than just cooking. And I was telling Kevin last night, this reminded me of people who have a passion for music. And if you're a musician, you know, what do you want to do? You want to play the guitar, you want to play the bass, you want to play some other instrument. That's what a musician wants to do. But how big is the music business? It's gargantuan. Well, the only thing better than music is food. Take it from a big man. So I wanted to implore you to really look beyond that. So think about the fact that people have to produce food, right? And think about animals too. We have to do that for them. So we have to produce food. We have to test it. We have to purchase it. And we have to sell it. That's primarily my business, is selling groceries to restaurants. And if you think about people that are uniquely positioned to do that the best to chefs, is who? Chef. And so one of the things that we're doing as an employer is that we're working with, and it's sad to say this, but non-traditional universities and schools to try to attract that type of talent. And for those people sitting in the audience, I know you're thinking to yourself, that seems like common sense to me, Vince. Why wouldn't you guys be recruiting chefs to sell products to chefs? I know. I asked myself the same question. And we're going to start doing that as a company, and I'm imploring my industry to do the same. I spend a lot of time speaking to industry leaders, and frankly, it behooves my entire industry to do a better job of reaching out to culinary schools and trying to build relationships so that we can acquire this talent that's coming out of these great schools. Now, one of the things, though, that I want to impress upon you is, again, you are uniquely positioned, because I can tell you no other culinary institute does what you do. No one else positions you and trains you like this school does. And the reason why I know that is, as I was having dinner with some of your distinguished alumni and some of these faculty members, they are so passionate about this school. They're so passionate about what they do. And that's one of the things about food, and I always go back to music. Food is a passion. We call them, in my industry, we call them foodies. I don't know if you guys use that term or whatever. Are you a foodie or not? And so when I'm talking to people like the vice president of marketing for a $6.5 billion company, he's asking about, are you a foodie or not? You know who he's talking to? He's talking to a 22-year-old kid who's a pricing analyst. Okay? The fact is that you have a passion for our business, and you are uniquely qualified for it. So one of the things I wanted to impart with you as you start your journey is what I look for in leaders. I spend a lot of time developing leaders, and you guys are leaders today, and you'll be future leaders if you're not today. So you're going to be leading people in kitchens, you're going to be leading sales consultants, you're going to be leading others inside the food service industry. And so I wanted to share with you some competencies that I look for. And so I call these the 4 I's, okay? And so when I'm looking for talent or I'm looking for leaders, I look for these 4 foundational things because so many times we look for very minute things to determine whether or not someone's going to be successful. And so the 4 things that I look for, the 4 I's, the first one is intelligence, okay? Now, one of the great things is you've demonstrated a certain degree of intelligence because you wouldn't be sitting here, right? Okay, so you guys have already demonstrated that you have a certain degree of intellectual capital that's necessary to be successful in life. You've also demonstrated a certain degree of achievement orientation that says, I can muscle through this and apply it. And so one of the things I want to encourage you to do as you continue your journey is to always have what I call intellectual curiosity, because anybody can be smart. Well, almost everybody, at least my wife tells me. Everybody can be smart to some degree. It's the smart person who can impart information, okay? But it's the person who has an intellectual curiosity who's going to be the lifelong learner. So I implore you to continue to be a lifelong learner. I think it was Benjamin Franklin who said, every man is my better that I might learn from him. And that was one of the things last night that I kept picking up from the faculty and the staff here was the fact that one of the values that NECI impresses upon its students is humility. And so I will tell you now, you have to have intellectual curiosity that is based inside of humility, that every person is your better that you might learn from them. The second one, the second I, interpersonal. You can't be a jerk. I mean, jerks generally don't do too well, unless they coach the Patriots. Oh, sorry. Sorry about that. Sorry, forgot I was in Vermont. And I like Bill Belichick. No. But you can't be a jerk. You can't be a jerk. Can you be tough? Can you be tenacious? Absolutely. You've seen that from your faculty. Tough, tenacious, demanding, high expectations. Those are all great things. But no one likes a jerk. So you got to be able to play well with others, right? It's an important thing. So look for that in your folks and look for it in yourself. The third one is intensity. You have to have a passion. And the fact is, you guys have this passion. You have a passion for this business, but you have to be intense. Have you guys ever noticed, probably when you first got here, someone was telling you to tear parsley apart or something, and you were like, dude, it's just parsley. But they were intense about it. No, you got to do it exactly right. Attention to detail. Those types of things. A passion about something that someone else would look at and go, is that really important? But you have to have that intensity. And then the last one is an integrity. You must have integrity. I encourage all of you to look in your lives and think about the quote, I'm probably just paraphrasing here, Gandhi once said, a man cannot do evil in one part of life while doing good in another. Life is one indivisible whole. And so I encourage you to look at the way you're going to earn a living and weave it into your life and make it one indivisible whole. Don't compartmentalize. Don't leave your personal self at home when you come to work. Be one indivisible whole. Be the same person at work as you are at home. So, as I conclude my remarks here, again, you guys are armed uniquely for the workplace. I am so excited about you coming into food service industry. I really was. I didn't know much about NECI before I showed up yesterday. And I am so encouraged and excited about you guys joining the industry. I'm very excited about the talents that are going to be coming through. My last bit of advice to you is one as a consumer, and that's simply just put more food on the plate, please. Thank you.